So if you are a business owner and entrepreneur, in this time, you're probably asking yourself, can my business really thrive? We're gonna get Raw to sit with Terise to show you how that's gonna happen. Can we get somebody to mic Terise, please?
Terise.
Good morning, Raul.
All right. So investment banking, what is it exactly that we do there?
All right. So the investment banking unit at Burrito, we primarily focus on creating solutions for our clients, right? Mm-hmm. So whether it is that we're looking on private equity, in whatever form it may take, whether it is that we're looking on public equity in whatever form it takes, private debt, mergers and acquisitions. So if it is that you're looking to acquire a new business, if you're looking to divest a business, those are some of the things that we do. In addition to that, we like to focus as best as possible on maintaining and growing relationships. We have a wide cross-section of relationships within the business, locally, regionally, and internationally. So if it is that we have clients that are here, they're domiciled in the Caribbean, they're domiciled in North America, wherever it is in the world, we have partners that we work with to structure financial solutions for them. So pretty much what we're doing, we're helping you and your partners to grow your businesses.
Okay. So are you saying to me then that even in the midst of this COVID pandemic and all these worrying headlines, my business can grow?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So tell me how we can achieve that.
All right. So there are many things that you can do to grow your business, and I want to keep it as simple as possible, right? Businesses are commercial activities, right? Pretty much they are usually formed to make a profit. At the end of the day, a group of individuals coming together in whatever form it is, a sole proprietorship, a partnership, if it's a corporation, that's a business. Now, individuals as well, typically they have a job, they have a hobby, or they have a profession, or they may combine all three of those to create some kind of happiness, some kind of income for themselves, and that is similar to a business. So when we look on the pandemic, we find that a lot of people individually on social media, they're trying to find alternate revenue streams, because, maybe it is that, there would have been some decrease in their earning capabilities during the COVID-19 pandemic. So businesses are just like people. I mean, at the end of the day, we're in the business of making money for individuals. So some of the things that I'd want us to focus on is that COVID pretty much put us in a position to have to make decisions fast, right? It was disruptive and it came fast and furious. A lot of businesses did not have sufficient time to make the necessary plans, that they would have wanted to. And it forced a lot of businesses into digitization faster than they would have wanted to. So I want to talk about a few things that I believe, any business, no matter how small you are, no matter how large you are, that you can focus on. Right now, during COVID, after COVID, to be as nimble as possible, to be as agile as possible, to go ahead and take, those opportunities as they come. So the first thing, and this is very simple, look on the resources that you have in your business. As many people will always say, cash is king, right? Cash is the lifeblood of your business, right? And a line of credit, I would say, is a queen in the business, right? So I would think that the best thing for us right now, try as best as possible, talk to your preferred financial partners, and that's Burrito Investments, of course. Keep the lines of communication open with them at all times. Try as best as possible, whether it is that you need a moratorium, whether it is that you have an existing line of credit, maybe you need to increase that line of credit. Maybe you need to ensure that that line of credit is still available to you. So you need to be talking to your partners. You need to be asking for the necessary moratoriums. Right now, this is a global pandemic. There are few industries that are thriving, just based on the natural nature of their business, but a lot of businesses that they're going to have to do something differently in order to survive and ultimately thrive. right? So we want to focus on, so if you have a lot of inventory in your business right now, I think it's important for you to try to get them out and convert that, look on your cash conversion cycle and convert that into cash as quickly as possible. So if it is that you need to do any volume discounts, any pricing promotions, so that way you have cash. The big thing, why is it that businesses need to have cash right now? They need to be able to be in a position to take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves. So I believe that's the first thing that you need to be focusing on. And we at Burrito, we offer lines of credit to all of our clients, existing and new clients, and we're there for our clients. So this is one way we can help you to make sure that you have enough resources, you have your king and you have your queen to help you to get through the pandemic. So another thing I wanted to talk about is the second point, and I think that this is very important. It is to look on your business model. I think right now COVID would have been a game changer for many companies in several industries. So I think we have to focus on being agile and creating an agile operating model for your business, right? It is important. I know a lot of companies, back in the day, they were saying that they were going to focus on digitization, but COVID would have pretty much fast-tracked that. Pretty much changing the way that people have to do things. And I want every single business out there, so whether you're a sole trader, whether you're a partnership, whether you're a corporation, to think of yourself as a technology entity, right? At the end of the day, you have to think about how can I get my goods and services across to my client right now, especially, with, all social distancing and things of that nature. So you want to create a solution as best as possible from end to end, to focus on creating a digital platform to be able to talk to your clients. So some people might say that, like, let's say, for example, like a restaurant, you can't offer that solution fully online, but you can, right? You can create awareness, right? You can create awareness and you can create a mechanism for clients to order, and then you can partner with somebody and persons can pick up, right? So you have stores, typically that would have had a storefront, take advantage of e-commerce. That will significantly help your business, and then you focus on partnering another entity to get that to your client. So those are some of the things that you have to do. And I think you have to be agile. Agile means that you have to be quick. You're looking at finding a solution for your client in the fastest possible time. And I think that's very important for businesses, especially in Jamaica. There was an example that I read in McKinsey. McKinsey has this report that they send out quarterly, and they mentioned a Chinese entity. This article came out in May 2020, a Chinese rental car company. China would have started to experience the impact of COVID before the rest of the world. And in February 2020, that entity saw a 95% drop in their revenue, right? So the executives of that company, they didn't sit down and stew and say, oh my God, what are we going to do? They went into action mode. And what they did, they tried to find a solution. So what they did, they tried to use data to help them. They got help from an external entity to help them to find out what are some of the things that we can do. And they found out that a lot of the essential businesses were telling their clients not to use public transportation. So they used that key insight to help them to come up with, strategic campaigns. And one of the campaigns that they came up with was that, clients right now, they want to feel comfortable. So they came up with this no-touch policy, where it is that you can rent a car and you can pretty much get it without anybody having a lot of interface with the car. So what they did, they reached out to a lot of their clients and a lot of their first-time clients who would have canceled their orders with them. And they told them about this policy. And in May 2020, they were able to recover and get approximately 90% of their revenue back year over year, and pretty much surpassing their nearest competitor. So they're doing a lot of things, and I think we need to use that and help us to make sure that at the end of the day, we're not sitting or we're not stewing, we're not complaining. We're trying to use data. We're trying to use data that we can create for ourselves. We're trying to use external data to create information to help us to grow our businesses. Another thing that they did, typically before a campaign, the article spoke to the fact that it took them about 3 weeks to create a campaign. With COVID, they were able to do it in 2 to 3 days. And that is being agile. And that is something that I think that we need to be able to replicate in the Jamaican market.
Oh, wow. So from being agile and quickly pivoting to digitization, and just really reassessing the landscape and seeing how you can optimize the operation. Tell us a bit about how Burita can help with achieving all of those goals.
Right. So I'm happy that you asked that question. Whenever it is that you're looking at your business, it is important, for you to think about what can I do differently. And a part of it is that looking to see whether or not you need to be partnering with another entity. So let's say, for example, you wanted to take on the strategy of the rent-a-car company. You're partnering with an individual. You may need the resources to help you to do that, and we provide lines of credit to help you to do that. In addition to that, let's say, for example, you had cash and you had your Queen as well, which is a line of credit. Yes. And you wanted to say, hey, I'm seeing where there's an opportunity to possibly purchase another entity that can offer complementary services. We can help you there. So we can help you in terms of, doing the acquisition, helping you in terms of giving you strategic advice, to tell you how to go about doing that, to make sure that, you're pricing it right, to make sure that you can take advantage of that opportunity during and after COVID.
Okay. And then the story you shared just now is very encouraging because for our company's revenues you said it was down 90 or 95%?
95.
So 95% is essentially death. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've come to death's door as a company.
Yeah.
And they came back from that.
And they were able to come back from it. And I think it's important, don't sit down and wait. Don't do nothing. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Try something. Think about what it is. Remember, you have to be focusing. What do my clients need now? What are my clients focusing on now? And try to solve for that. If it is that you can't solve for that right now, it is probably an opportunity for you to pivot. And that's something that, we encourage our clients to look at when they're looking on their operating models.
So you said something earlier about people coming together to make happiness, right? So to establish that strategic partnership with Burita and a client, right, to achieve some business harmony there. So what you're saying is Burita can help to look at your commercial landscape and really help you to think through how you can pivot and adjust to the current environment. Is that the message?
And yes, definitely. And through our partnerships, we have partnerships throughout the world. So if it is that you're looking on doing an acquisition in a smaller Caribbean territory, if it is that you're looking on doing an acquisition in North America or throughout the world, we have partners that can help us and help you to go through the process.
Okay. And all the avenues are available at Burita, meaning whether it be merger and acquisition advice or public equity, private equity.
Yes.
If I need debt financing.
Yes.
And
we're a one-stop shop in the investment banking team. We can help you, can walk you through the process. We have done it several times with a lot of our clients, and we can take you from end to end. So that's what we're here to do, to walk you through, just to make sure that everybody understands. So that way we're providing some type of value to grow your business.
And in terms of structuring those facilities to meet my particular needs, that is something that's doable.
Yeah, man, definitely, that's what we do.
All right. Yeah, so Terise, in terms of investment banking, talk a little about the differentiated value that Burita brings to the table.
Okay, so one thing I have to bring to the forefront of everything that we do is the Burita Brain Trust. Burita has the best and the brightest in the industry, and that is unmatched anywhere in the world, right? So when you come to Burita, you're getting expert knowledge, expert understanding, experiences, people who would have been in the business all over, and we're getting that from the top of the organization to pretty much the bottom of the organization. In addition to that, I want to talk about how it is that we can get things done quickly. We find that, and I'm going to be tooting my own horn, that we do things very quickly. We don't have the bureaucratic red tape, we don't have the bureaucratic processes that may exist in other financial institutions. Once it is that we understand your business, we're able to turn around credits in a short amount of time. In addition to that, we provide structured, creative financial solutions for our clients. We don't just try to say, okay, how does this help Burrito to grow? We don't look on it from that perspective. We put our clients at the forefront of our organization, right? And we try to make sure that whatever financial solutions that we come up with, they fit the needs and they surpass what it is that our clients would have wanted from us.
So Terise, what are some of the other important elements that you think businesses should consider?
I think some very important elements that businesses should consider and don't take it for granted are your clients, right? Your internal and your external clients. Without your clients, you don't have a business, and let's just be real, you need to have clients. So let's start with your external clients. You have to make sure that you're in constant dialogue with them, because just like you, other organizations are out there trying to see whether or not they can increase their market share. So the moment you stop talking to your clients during this pandemic, it creates an open opportunity for anybody else to come in and steal away your market share. It is important to try to keep those clients as happy as possible. So whether it is that you need to be giving them any kind of volume discounts, any pricing promotions, things like that that will keep them happy and keep them wanting to do business with you, that's very important. So communicate with them just like how you're going to be communicating with your trusted financial partner, Burrito. You need to ensure that you're keeping in close contact with your clients, and these are your external clients. Now, moving on to another important aspect, the human capital, your internal clients, the lifeblood of your business. It's important during this time to pay attention to them. It is important to try to create a mutually beneficial relationship. We know that things are not the norm. Things at home may be totally different, and we're asking a lot of our people. So we have to make sure that we keep them in mind in everything that we do. This gives you an opportunity to relook at your organization. Maybe there's some aspects of the business that you can restructure and reorganize to make it better for your sales team. So for example, if it is that we're focusing on digitization, we want to ensure that we create an opportunity for them to be able to do a lot of the selling through digital channels that will free up their time to go out there and get other business as well, right? We want to make sure that you are using this time to focus a lot on training. Now is the time. Things are a little bit slower than they should be, but we don't want that to be, because we want to get out there and continue to grow and thrive during the crisis. We want to ensure that we are giving our workforce the skills to help them to succeed in this environment and beyond. Another factor, and I think this is very important, right? A lot of us are afraid to try new things. I am encouraging every single business, commercial entity, whether you're a sole proprietor, whether you're a partnership, whether you're a large corporation out there, be fearless. Be fearless in everything that you do. Don't be afraid to try, fail, and try again. It's very important. And COVID presents you with that opportunity. It presents you with an opportunity to be as agile as possible. So remember, you're trying to create the fastest solution for a problem that your client is having, and it is important that you try. If it don't work, it don't work, but don't be afraid. We want to bring this to the forefront that YouTube started out as a dating website, and look at YouTube now.
Really?
Twitter started out as a podcasting company, and look at what Twitter is now.
Yes.
And Play-Doh started out as a wall cleaning company, and now they're one of the most globally recognized children creative art supply brands in the world. So the point is that it is forcing you to embrace change. It is forcing you to look at things differently. So even in our local environment, we have businesses that, when they started out, their core business was their primary source of income. They would have branched out and diversified their revenue streams. And right now, the revenue streams that they would have diversified into are creating much more value than their core businesses. And that's why companies have to be embracing change and embracing, right now, looking for those opportunities to make those changes with the times. So I think that's very important. All of us, in our individual lives and in our personal lives, as we go to work, as we work together as a team, we'll have to be fearless.
And Barita is there with you every step of the way, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Wonderful. So in terms of the clients and potential clients out there, anybody that needs investment banking advice or services, they can feel free, whether it be the small business right up to the largest corporations in the country and indeed the region, right? They can reach out
and in the world.
And the world. They can reach out to Barita and access that same Barita brain trust that we're talking about.
Yes, they can.
Sounds great. Sounds
All
great.
right.
Wonderful.